See the curved back? So this deer would be laying kind of weird. It would be laying, like it should be the other way because it's kind of downhill. This deer would be laying the other way, but can everybody see the anatomy that I'm drawing anyway? Yeah. Curved back here. So it comes down, oftentimes the wrist, so where this joint right here is very round. And if you watch deer or cows or elk or whoever at the front, goats, at the front end of their bed is a round mark. And then the cannon bone of the front leg makes a line back. Oftentimes you'll see a track here, which is kind of cool. And then the hind leg, I'm sorry, this is terrible. The hind leg does the same thing, and it has a longer cannon bone, and it tucks underneath going this way. And they're kind of laid on their side a little bit, and you'll often see this track. But so I know this is a terrible drawing, but curved back, and then a flat line. The flat line is made by the front leg cannon bone and the hind leg cannon bone. Oftentimes in good substrate, you can actually see the folded hind leg where they're laid on their side, but they're upright here because they have to remain upright for that rumen to work. This is why if you're doing research with deer or elk or mountain goats or whatever, when you put them to sleep, you have to be very careful not to lay them on their side because all that stuff can come up and they can asphyxiate. So this is why you rarely see, every now and then you might see a deer plop over, but it's quick because it's not cool for them. Their whole system, which is amazing, is really designed to work with their musculature in their flexing stuff and churning that huge pot of microbial life that's actually the stuff breaking down the all the green cellulose, or just cellulose. But, and when you do see them lay out flat, a lot of times remember I was talking about that elk calf laying out with its chin on the ground years back? They may lay out this way, but this is kind of cool. Deer can actually go into sleep states and other ruminants and go into brain waves that are sleep states, but with their eyes open and chewing cud. But they say that when you do see, so here's our doe's head, say, right here, and curvature of the back here. They do say when you see the head drift back and lay back on the body and actually settle in, they're going into REM sleep. Those are their REM sleep states, which they don't have to do very much. I don't know the details on all that. But this is just kind of cool. And even when you can't see, and I know I'm sorry I did this the wrong way. Does everybody know what I mean? The back should be here and the cannon bone's here. But even when you can't see, the actual shape of the hind leg folded or those cannon bones or the wrist marks, we can always look for the curvature versus this flat. So find the back. And then which part is wider, the part towards Terry or the part towards Crystal? Terry, cool. That is the hind quarter and the rumen and all that. And then it tapers down to your folded front legs. The reason these marks are so prominent often is because when they bed down, if you watch, they drop down this way. I'm not going to do that because it's going to kill me now. They go plop, plop, and then they drop in. And when they stand up, they go pop, this part kicks up, and they go shove. And they shove off their hind legs. And it's usually, it goes shove, shove. And so there's often a deeper one where that last leg pushed off the ground. Very cool. Also, just wanted to show, this is not working very well, but see how, if this deer were standing here, see how high those dew claws are? Yeah. So that foot has to sink in at least that deep for those to start showing up. But, and this won't work because nothing is working, but when you flex this out, what happens is if this were a fresh deer leg and we push down and we go heave, you can see how those dew claws come into the ground and the front cleats naturally do this, which is really cool. So that's what's making them pow, pow, and those dew claws coming into contact.
And again, when you ask, how do we know if this is front or hind?
So, what's a bummer is I don't really know, so don't put this on the internet, Terry.
It's going on the internet.
So for one, I'm just trying to think about how, one of the things right here is see how short this cannon bone is? Mm-hmm. The hind cannon bone is longer, just like our ulna and our tibia. Okay, so if this is just short, This part of the leg could be very similar, but I can't remember. This is the part that's tripping me up. I can't remember how this is different on the hind leg. But so on the front
Like the
leg,
ankle.
this goes like this. This comes up, so they're standing here. This comes up to the ulna and then to the humerus and the shoulder blade, right? Whereas on the hind leg, this is that weird, this is an ankle. So it comes forward like this to the knee and then the femur back. So it's a different direction.
And so that cannon bone is the metacarpals.
Yeah.
Metatarsals fused. And so if you think about your hand, these bones are shorter